Happy Thanksgiving, everyone! Since it's Thanksgiving, I'm very busy with pumpkins like pumpkin cupcakes, pumpkin pie, and some pumpkin puddings. For these pumpkin cupcakes, we're going to combine 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice in a bowl. Feel free to make your own pumpkin spice blend, but I had this in my pantry, so I ought to use it. 1 teaspoon is actually not that spicy, so add more if you like it. Then give that a good whisk until combined. In a separate bigger bowl, cream together 1/2 cup or 1 stick of softened room temperature butter with 3/4 of a cup of white granulated sugar. Beat it on low speed for 3 minutes, otherwise the sugars will fly around. Make sure to scrape the sides of the bowl occasionally. I'm using a handheld mixer here. By the way, just in case you didn't know, this is my first cupcake video on this channel. Yay! Beat the butter and sugar until light and fluffy like this, then crack in 1 egg at a time for a total of 2 eggs. Mix well until combined after each addition. And then here's my second egg, and I'm gonna beat it again. Then in goes 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and beat it well until fully combined. Now add half of the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients and continue mixing it with the electric mixer at low speed. Beat it for a few seconds and then put in 3/4 cup of pumpkin puree. I'm using homemade pumpkin puree. Oh yes, and in my previous video, I said I was going to upload a how-to on pumpkin puree. I'm so sorry I didn't. Probably a few weeks later I will. You can also use canned pumpkin, just make sure it's not the pumpkin pie filling. Give that a quick mix and then dump in the rest of your flour. Now, because my bowl is really full, I'm just going to use a spatula to mix the batter, and then about halfway through, switch back to the electric mixer and beat it for another few 20 seconds or so. Stop beating and there should still be some flour streaks. That's okay because we're using the spatula again to mix the batter completely for our last stage. This is to ensure the batter is not overmixed. Fold the batter until no more flour is seen, and then there's your pumpkin cupcake batter. They look so good. Go ahead and prep your muffin tin with 12 cupcake liners and start scooping. I'm using a 1½ tablespoon cookie scooper, and I used about 2 scoops for each liner. That'll be around 3 tablespoons per cupcake liner. I think this batter looks so much better than the muffin batters, and of course they turned out really successful. Then bake these cupcakes off at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, the heated oven, for 18 minutes or until the toothpick inserted comes out clean. So this is what the cupcakes look like once they're out of the oven. They're all puffed up and round just like how a cupcake should. After about 3 minutes, transfer the cupcakes onto a cooling rack to let cool completely before frosting. And look at these cupcakes. I guess they're the prettiest cupcakes I've ever made. For the cream cheese frosting, you'll need 1 ounce of room temperature cream cheese and 1 tablespoon softened butter. Beat it with the mixer for a few seconds first, and then add a 1/4 teaspoon vanilla extract and 1 cup of powdered sugar. Doesn't have to be exact. And beat it again, and it will look crumbly, and that's when you want to put a teaspoon of milk a few splashes at a time. You basically want a frosting consistency that's not too thick nor too runny, the consistency in which you can frost. Load the cream cheese frosting into a pastry packing bag, and you can use a star or round tip, but I basically cut off the end, leaving a large round circle for me to frost. Then go ahead and frost these cupcakes after they've cooled completely, and this is actually really fun. To finish off these cupcakes, sprinkle on a few pinches of either pumpkin pie spice or ground cinnamon. And there you have it, pumpkin cupcakes with cream cheese frosting.